For many, fur is a status symbol.
Feel the warmth and luxury that you deserve.
Andriana Furs.
Now you can enjoy the luxury of your very own fur coat at Andriana Furs post-Christmas sale. Andriana Furs at 3 warm and cozy locations.
Wishing you the Christmas gift that you deserve. Andriana Furs.
The spectacular Thanksgiving sale is happening now at Andriana Furs. Chicago's world-class furrier is offering 50% off the entire inventory. Thousands to choose from. This elegant $6,000 American female mink coat, now just $2,700 or only $89 a month. The spectacular Thanksgiving sale. Immediate financing is always available. Andriana Furs, 612 North Michigan Avenue.
Feel the warmth and luxury that you deserve. Andriana Furs. Fashion. Feel the warmth and luxury that you deserve. Andriana Furs. Style, romance. Andriana Furs.
Andriana Furs, the world's finest quality, selection and service at incomparable prices.
Andriana Furs. Andriana Furs. Feel the warmth and luxury that you deserve.
Cover up with the world's finest Andriana Furs.
This is about closing one of only 3 black furriers in the entire United States.
Today, Chicago City Council members voted against banning new sales of fur in the city. It's something that would have directly impacted local businesses like black-owned Island Furs.
We've been in business for over 30 years, serving the community and doing our best to be a part of the economic growth of our city.
The ordinance was an effort to fight animal cruelty. Those in support of it say it would have helped the economy.
The natural fur market has dropped by 40%, and advocates and researchers estimate that we are going to see the increase in market share for fur alternatives triple by 2030.
Synthetic furs are bad for the environment, and it's bad for humans.
Located just down the street from Island Furs is Andrea Furs, who has over 100,000 clients in Chicago. The owner tells me they would have likely had to close down.
My partners, my employees, and all the people who are my partners, they all get hurt.
The proposed ordinance made exceptions for leather, cowhide, and deerskin products, and for fur products used in religious and cultural practices. Mike Brown with the Natural Fibers Alliance say major cities like New York and Pittsburgh have too tried to pass fur bans, but says Chicago took it too far.
This is an extreme ordinance. This doesn't make an exemption for sheepskin or lambskin, which would be used to make UGG boots.
We have a society where we've lost our sense of compassion and empathy for other living things.
Ultimately, the argument that the ban would erase an important piece of black culture succeeded.
Keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This city was founded by a black man who was a fur trader.
Chicago City Council today voting down an ordinance that would have banned the sale of new fur products in the city starting next year.
CBS News political reporter Chris Ty was at Council. He joins us live with why it failed. Chris.
Joe and Erica, supporters of the ban citing animal cruelty and public health concerns. Critics of it saying it unfairly targets 6 retailers and sends the signal Chicago's unfriendly to business. In a 26-19 vote, the critics won.
For black women, furs are about embracing elegance in the world that has not been kind to us.
Debating the sale of fur, unraveling arguments on race, health, and Chicago history.
Keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This city was founded by a fur trader.
DuSable started the fur trade here in Chicago. So it's kind of bizarre to try to truly eliminate our livelihood.
The livelihood of Gerard Brown, who owns and operates Island Furs here in Beverly, remains firmly intact.
Feel the texture of it.
After today's vote, he's one of 6 furriers in the city who would have been most impacted if it passed.
To dismantle a 30-year business in a year's time, that makes no sense.
Had it passed, the ban would have begun next year. The city says they would have helped 6 furriers transition to a synthetic fur alternative. That ordinance sponsor Ray Lopez says is an industry trend.
At the heart of this argument is our ability to talk about compassion and empathy for things that are lower on life's rung. We've lost our sense of compassion and empathy for other living things.
This motion fails.
Its failure stops in its tracks what Furrier supporters call a slippery slope for Chicago.
What's next? Are we going to ban leather? Are we going to ban beef? Are we going to close McDonald's across our city?
This ban would have also meant a ban on UGG boots sold in the city because of how they are made. Live in the newsroom, Chris Ty, CBS News, Chicago. Joe and Erica.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Today, City Council plans to vote on a high-profile police settlement. As Marissa Perlman reports, it dates back to a Chicago protest over the death of George Floyd at the hands of police in Minneapolis, and a huge change for city businesses that sell real fur. A lot going on, Marissa.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be a busy day here at City Hall. Yeah, this bill would basically stop you from being able to buy a new fur coat here in the city limits. It would target 6 different furriers across the city of Chicago. Now, if it passes, the businesses would have about a year to make a change and would only be able to sell faux fur. Just last week, if you remember, the ordinance passed the council's License and Consumer Protection Committee. Now, the bill does not include leather, secondhand fur, or clothes made for religious reasons. Supporters of the bill say the way that animals are trapped, bred, and killed for their pelts leads to suffering and public health risks. But clergy members and community leaders, including several aldermen who oppose the bill, rallied alongside furriers today. Now, they say their proposal would shut down several local businesses, including Island Furs. This is a black-owned business that has been on the South Side for nearly 30 years.
What I do is art. What they consider, I can understand if people don't want to wear my product. That's okay. That's what makes things, our country, freedom of speech. So, freedom of choice.
This is about closing businesses. This is about closing one of only 3 black furriers in the entire United States. I can't believe we're here today, that this is actually going to come to a vote.
This is about shutting down businesses that have been a staple in our community for over 30 years.
Now, as you mentioned, Murray, we are also watching to see how City Council votes on that high-profile settlement involving a protester and a police officer. Miracle Boyd says she was punched in the face by a police officer during a 2020 protest in Grant Park. The then 18-year-old was calling to defund the police in the wake of George Floyd's death. She says a now former police officer, Nicholas Jovanovich, approached her at the time. Boyd says he hit her in the face, knocking out her tooth while demanding her phone. This week, in a 22-7 decision, the Finance Committee voted in favor of a $280,000 settlement. Now, no formal charges were ever brought against that former officer. The settlement is scheduled to go in front of a full City Council vote that's set to take place here any minute, right here at City Hall. We'll bring you the latest as soon as both of those votes come down. For now, we're live outside of City Hall. I'm Marissa Perlman, CBS News Chicago.
Thank you, Marissa.
A Chicago woman who had her teeth knocked out by Chicago police is speaking out. Miracle Boyd was with the group that tried to pull down the Columbus statue in Grant Park on Friday. She's also an active voice against gun violence. Now, cell phone video from Friday appears to show an officer punching Boyd in the mouth as police tried to clear Grant Park.
There is no way I should have left a protest bruised and battered for exercising my freedom of speech and freedom to assemble. I am disgusted and never would I have ever thought I'd become a victim to the biggest gang in America. I put my body on the line protecting friends and strangers because if I was in the situation, I want to...
As an officer may have attempted to knock her down her phone as things got ugly in Grant Park, some demonstrators launched a coordinated attack on police, firing objects at officers. Mayor Lightfoot is defending both sides, demonstrators' right to free speech and police officers safely doing their jobs.
Unfortunately, what we saw is a group of vigilantes dressing in all black with goggles, forming a phalanx with umbrellas and with shields around them, and then pummeling the police with projectiles. That's not peaceful protest. That's anarchy. The focus that was supposed to be of that march was to really uplift the stories of Indigenous people here in Chicago, and I fully support that.
As for the officer who punched Miracle Boyd, Mayor Lightfoot says the Civilian Office of Police Accountability will do their job to investigate what happened.